The gospel of prosperity, healing, deliverance cannot produce sons of God. It's only the gospel of the kingdom of God that can produce sons of God. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is still Henry Ogbuaku, resident pastor, Living Waters Unlimited Church, Anthony. About 2 weeks ago, we did a part 1 of this video where we talked about the original intention of God from the beginning. And I recall that in that video, we did mention that right from the beginning, that it was God's original intention to produce sons of God. Not Christians as we have it today. God's plan has always been to produce sons of God. And that plan has not changed. Now, I also did say to us at that time that it is only that gospel of the kingdom that can produce sons of God. There is only one gospel that God gave to us. That gospel is the gospel of the kingdom of God. And that only that gospel can produce sons of God. The gospel of prosperity, healing, deliverance cannot produce sons of God. It's only the gospel of the kingdom of God that can produce sons of God. Now, in this part 2 of this same video, I want to share with us something briefly about the kingdom of God. Now, in Luke chapter 12, verse 32, the Bible tells us that it is God's good pleasure to give his children the kingdom. And we are his children, and the Bible says that it is God's pleasure to give us his kingdom. Why is it important to give us the kingdom? Because see, the kingdom contains everything that anybody will ever need to succeed in this life. Now, let me say to you that see, in the gospel of the kingdom of God, you have peace. That's where you have joy. That's where you have justice. That's where you have righteousness. And whatever thing that you need to establish the kingdom of God, you can only find it in the kingdom of God. Now, I want to say to us that Nigeria is the way it is today because there is no kingdom of God in Nigeria. Apparently, empires have been built, churches have been built, but not the kingdom of God. It's only when we have the kingdom of God in our nation that we can begin to see righteousness, we can begin to see peace, we can begin to see prosperity, joy, and so on and so forth. Now, these things are lacking simply because we have not bothered to build the kingdom. The kingdom of God is not about having big churches and empires. It's about having the kingdom of God. Jesus said, thy will be done on earth, thy kingdom come. When the kingdom of God comes, you will know when you see it, because there will be peace, there will be joy, and so on and so forth. So what am I saying in this video in essence to us? I am saying to us that see, friends, brothers, sisters, God's plan is for us to build his kingdom. Church, massive churches, great churches, big buildings cannot do it. It is God's desire that his kingdom be established in Nigeria. The darkness we see in Nigeria today is simply because God's kingdom is not being built. Rather, we are building churches and we are gathering people in millions. But that's not the kingdom of God that God is talking about. So I want to implore us to pay attention to what God is saying. God is saying, I want to build a kingdom. And all of us have a responsibility to ensure that the kingdom of God is built. For the light of God to shine in this nation, we must focus on building the kingdom of God, not empires, not massive churches, the kingdom of God. God bless you.